We often begin relationships with a beautiful, simple idea. It is the idea that one person will be enough. We believe in the promise of monogamy. We trust that this single bond will protect us from loneliness. It will give us a permanent home in another's heart. This belief is a cornerstone of our romantic stories and our most cherished films. It is a powerful narrative, one that we hold on to tightly. It tells us that finding the one is the ultimate goal, the solution to the existential ache of being human. We invest our hopes and dreams into this singular partnership, expecting it to withstand all of life's storms and provide unending comfort. Then one day, the promise breaks. A partner leaves. The structure we built our emotional life upon suddenly collapses. The pain is immense, not just because we miss the person, but because an entire worldview has been shattered. The idea that one person could complete us now seems like a cruel joke. We are left alone in the ruins of what we thought was a secure and everlasting love. This heartbreak feels like a personal failure. We question our worth, our decisions, and our very ability to be loved. The silence in the home becomes a deafening roar, reminding us of the absence and the broken vow. The aftermath of being left is a period of profound confusion. We replay conversations and search for clues. Where did it go wrong? Was it something we said or did? We scrutinize our own character, looking for the fatal flaw that led to our abandonment. We might feel a deep sense of shame, as if we have been publicly exposed as unlovable. The world, which once seemed full of shared meaning with our partner, now appears alien and indifferent. Every familiar place becomes a monument to a love that is no more. Each street corner and cafe, a painful reminder of a future that will never be. This initial shock sends us spiraling into a deep state of grief. It is a grief not just for the person, but for the life we'd imagined with them. We mourn the shared jokes, the quiet mornings, and the comforting routines. We mourn the future children we might have had, the holidays we planned, and the old age we were supposed to share. The departure of a monogamous partner is a unique kind of loss. It forces us to confront the fragility of the promises we make, and the vulnerability of placing our entire emotional security in the hands of another. It is a stark lesson in the unpredictable nature of the human heart. In the midst of this emotional turmoil, life can deliver another kind of blow. For me, it was a diagnosis of thyroid cancer. Suddenly, the abstract pain of a broken heart was overshadowed by a concrete physical threat. The body, which I had largely ignored while consumed by romantic sorrow, was now demanding my full attention. This illness was not a matter of feelings or interpretations, it was a matter of cells and survival. It was a stark reminder that life is fragile in ways that go far beyond our relationships. The concerns of love and rejection seemed, for a moment, to be a luxury. This health crisis offered a strange and unexpected clarity. It shifted my perspective on what truly matters. The question was no longer, why did they leave me? Instead, it became, how will I live? The diagnosis forced me to look inward, to focus on my own well-being with an urgency that heartbreak alone had not inspired. My body was sending a clear message. It needed care, attention, and compassion. The drama of my past relationship started to feel smaller, less significant, when compared to the challenge of healing my physical self. It was a humbling experience, a realignment of priorities from the external to the internal. Facing mortality, even in a manageable form like thyroid cancer, changes how we view love. The desperate need for another person's validation begins to fade. We realize that our existence is not defined by whether someone chooses to love us. We are here, alive and breathing, regardless of our relationship status. This realization is profoundly liberating. Love starts to seem less like a necessity for survival and more like a beautiful, optional addition to a life that is already whole. The illness became a teacher, instructing me in the art of self-reliance and showing me that my own strength was far greater than I had ever imagined. As I navigated treatments and doctor's appointments, I found a new kind of love. It was a love for my own resilient body. It was a deep appreciation for the simple fact of being alive. This period of illness was a turning point. It taught me that the most important relationship I will ever have is the one with myself. It showed me that true security cannot be found in another person, but must be cultivated from within. The heartbreak had broken me open, but the cancer forced me to rebuild myself on a stronger, more self-aware foundation, one that was no longer dependent on the whims of another's heart. After such profound disillusionment with monogamy, it is natural to question the entire model. We start to wonder if the promise of one and only love is inherently flawed. Is it realistic to expect one person to fulfill all our needs for companionship, passion, and emotional support for a lifetime? This is where the mind begins to wander towards alternatives. Bigamy, the illegal act of marrying someone while already married, is a clumsy and dishonest attempt to solve this problem. It is born from a desire for more, but it is executed with deceit, causing even greater pain and complication for everyone involved. From this place of questioning, polygamy can emerge as a seemingly more honest and structured solution. The idea is simple. If one person cannot be everything, perhaps multiple partners can. It presents itself as a way to distribute the emotional load. One partner might provide intellectual stimulation, another might offer emotional comfort, and another might share a passion for adventure. On the surface, this model appears to acknowledge the complexities of human desire and the limitations of any single individual. It seems to offer a safeguard against the devastation of being left, because one's entire emotional world is not invested in a single person. However, the notion that numerous relationships can be a simple fix for heartbreak is a dangerous illusion. It often comes from a place of fear rather than a place of genuine capacity for love. It is a way of avoiding vulnerability. If we have multiple partners, we might tell ourselves, the loss of one will not be as catastrophic. We attempt to build a fortress of many loves to protect ourselves from the pain we once endured. But this is often just a sophisticated defense mechanism, a way to keep our heart guarded and to avoid placing our trust fully in anyone ever again. It is a strategy of diversification applied to the deeply personal realm of the heart. Furthermore, this approach can be a form of emotional escapism. Instead of doing the hard work of healing and understanding why our previous relationship failed, we seek distraction in the novelty and excitement of new connections. We believe that more love from more people will fill the void left by the one who departed. But this is like trying to quench a deep thirst with small sips from many different glasses. It may provide temporary relief, but it never truly satisfies. The core wound remains unaddressed, and we risk replicating our old patterns across a wider, more complicated network of relationships, creating more potential for pain, not less. The real solution to the pain of heartbreak is not to be found in changing the number of our partners. It is not about switching from monogamy to polygamy. The true path to healing lies in turning inward. It requires a commitment to self-healing and a radical acceptance of our own company. Before we can successfully love anyone else, whether it is one person or several, we must learn to love ourselves. This means facing the loneliness, sitting with the discomfort, and understanding that our worth is not determined by our relationship status. It is a quiet, often difficult but essential journey. Legal and moral considerations add another layer of complexity to these choices. In most Western societies, polygamy is illegal and socially condemned. This creates a significant barrier, forcing such relationships into secrecy and creating potential legal troubles. Morally, the question is even more intricate. Can one truly offer deep, equitable, and meaningful love to multiple people at once? Or does it inevitably lead to jealousy, competition, and emotional neglect? These are not easy questions. A responsible approach to relationships requires us to think deeply about the impact of our choices on ourselves and on others, acknowledging both the laws of the land and the unwritten laws of the heart. The most practical step towards recovery is often to seek professional help. A therapist can provide a safe space to process grief, untangle complicated feelings, and challenge the negative beliefs we have formed about ourselves. Engaging in personal growth activities is also vital. This could mean learning a new skill, traveling to a new place, volunteering for a cause we care about, or simply dedicating time to mindfulness and reflection. These activities help us to rebuild our identity outside of the context of a relationship. They remind us that we are complete, interesting, and capable individuals on our own. Ultimately, the goal is to arrive at a place of profound self-love. It is from this foundation that we can engage in relationships responsibly and healthily. Whether we choose monogamy or another path, the choice should come from a place of wholeness, not of lack. Forgiveness for our past partner and for ourselves is a crucial part of this process. We must let go of the bitterness to make room for new growth. A healed heart does not need to be guarded by a fortress of many loves or locked away in fear. It can open again wisely and courageously, ready to connect with others not out of desperation but out of a genuine desire to share a life that is already full.